Hello everyone, in this video I want to talk about Legion leveling and the important aspects surrounding it, such as speed, replayability, enjoyment, and of course, gold making. As far as speed goes, the leveling isn't bad, it feels well paced, not too fast, and not too slow. However, when we lunge into replayability, things get a little bit more tricky. How fast you level is going to definitely depend on what class you're playing, so classes like monks, priests, and demon hunters are going to be a lot faster than leveling, say, a death knight, because of the increased in-combat movement effects. But how exactly would that affect replayability? Well, say your demon hunter is your first character and you're able to leap and bound to all your quest locations and reach places other classes might have a little bit more difficulty and have to find specific routes to get to, and then you decide to level an owl which has none of these movement increases whatsoever. I can imagine it would be quite the change and would be pretty dramatic, as you would find yourself having to take a lot more time walking around trying to figure out how to reach that certain place without pulling those mobs, and things like that. However, the actual enjoyment of each of the leveling zones makes all the difference. I mean, I could personally sit around for hours killing Murlocs and Azuna without getting bored, but that's just me. Now, if we look back at Warlords of Draenor and think of a few elements that made it, well, less terrible, then one thing that really shines through is the artwork. Sure, in WoD it eventually became redundant because you really had barely any reason to go out into the world, but with an expansion which does want to fix that, it certainly is important for the zones to look pretty good. So how well has it been done? Has the art been brought up to a decent level of expectations? Well, yeah. In fact, beyond that, zones in Legion, although there are fewer of them, have really been done quite well. Each zone seems to have its own uniqueness, and surprisingly for an expansion called Legion, not everything is covered with art assets resembling the Legion. Actually, most of it's quite bright and nice to look at, but don't get me wrong, there are a lot of dark places where it's needed. Now, on to the final thing that I wanted to talk about. Gold making from leveling. How much will you get from level 100 to 110? Well, on my Demon Hunter, I've reached level 107, and during that, I've probably made around 1,000 gold per level, without actually trying to make as much as possible, so pretty much around 10,000 gold for the full 10 levels. So the gold making really isn't that bad from it. One thing that I do want to point out, though, is that the mobs in the zones drop a lot of junk, which sells for surprising amounts of gold, so always pick up that junk and offload it to the nearest vendor that you happen to walk past. Of course, you can combine professions and etc. for extra gold, so the number that I mentioned is more from quests, bonus objectives, and dungeons. I said that gold would be the last thing that I would talk about, which was a bit of a lie, because there is one thing that sprung into my mind at the last moment. How easy is it to obtain artifact power while leveling? If you don't know what artifact power is, it basically works like spendable points, which you use to unlock and upgrade the various traits on your artifact weapon. You can obtain artifact power in various different ways, the main way being through quests, but a few people might not know that you can also gain artifact power by killing rares, looting the various chests around the zones, and even occasionally getting it from your order hole command table. Heck, it even drops from random mobs sometimes, just out of the blue, so artifact power is in no short supply as long as you keep on top of it. And that's all I really wanted to talk about in this video. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like. I will be attempting to stream next Monday, so if you want to go and pre-follow my Twitch channel, the link is in the description next to various social media links. If you want to see more content from me, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.